In this lecture, we are going to discuss font style. With the help of font style, we can change the default browser font and browser font size. Here, with the help of these all properties, we can design our own font in our. We are representing our web page with our own font. There are plenty of properties and values are available in CSS. With the help of the CSS properties, we can present our text our own way. We don't want to follow our default font styles. If in case when we are giving our own fonts to our web page, if in case that browser is not supporting our own font styles, then automatically it will be considered default font, right? So first one is a font family. What is a font family? With the help of this font family, we can apply font of the text in the web page. Like everyone knows, we Times New Roman and Bookman Old Style and Verdun and the plenty of font styles are available, font faces are available. With the help of the font name, we can represent. So if in case Srikanth, suppose you are giving one font name, suppose the font family name is nothing but our Times New Roman. The Times New, suppose the font name, just you observe font family, this is a property. If in case you are giving Times New Roman, you are giving, right? So if in case the Times New Roman is not supporting your browser, then what it happens? Just simple, the browser is ignored this font face, then automatically it consider default font. There is any chance is there? Suppose we don't know. Generally, the end user may use different browsers. That's the reason in a real time we are using more than one font name. Like we are using different one, like a different font names we are using. Suppose the first font and second font and third font. Suppose if in case browser is checks the browser compatible is this first one. If in case it is not a suitable for browser, then it jumps to second one. If in case this is also not suitable, and it will be jumps to third one. If in case the three font faces are not allowed that browser, then automatically it will be going with the default one. So my question, Srikanth, if in case we are not giving any font face name, then what it happens? Obviously it will be choose the default font, right? Next one is font style. With the help of this font style property, we can give our font in italic format. Generally the font is normal face, but when you want to represent your font is in italic mode, then you can use italic. If in case you are using oblique, it is a similar to italic only. Some browsers are not recognized, some browsers are not allowing this italic style. That situation we are using oblique. Next one is font weight. In HTML, generally in HTML we are giving font sizes in only the pixel format, otherwise in a percentage format only we can give. But in this CSS there are plenty of options are available, like a normal, bold, lighter, thin, thick, length, border, and 100 to 900 is there. It is a very smaller size font and is a bigger size in font. In this way we can represent our font. Suppose you want to represent your font, entire text is in small caps, small capital letter, then you can use a font variant. Font variant is there. With the help of this font variant property, we can represent our text in small caps. Otherwise the normal is a default font style. And font size. With the help of this font size, we can set our font in font size. There is a default size is pixels, 16 pixel default size is there. Not only pixels, the browser is allowing different type of units, like a px pixels, em, current font size is em 116 pixel equal 1 em, and we are using VW, like a viewport width. We are using viewport width. In a real time we are using only viewport. Why we are using viewport? Generally the end user may use what device we don't know. Maybe he is using desktop, maybe he is using like a tab and mobile, and we don't know that device resolution how much, right? That situation, VM is nothing but viewport width. VM is nothing but viewport width. Automatically it will be adjusted based on device, it will be works. In a real time maximum people are using VM only. These are most important one. Some situation we are using percentage also, and otherwise you can use the default text, the smaller and smaller, smaller, medium, larger. In this way also we can represent size. Srikanth, there is a light thin is there now. This is a relevant to the font weight is relevant to bold face. In a bold face there are different styles. This is a font size. It is a bigger and smaller. This is a bold relevant, and the font size is inches, number of size. It's a bigger or smaller. It is a thicker one. That is you observe. With the help of color property, we can set our color, font color, like a green, blue, whatever. With the help of RGB colors, we are using like other hexadecimal, either hue colors, and different ways we can represent, right? And the last one is a letter spacing. What is a letter spacing? With the help of this letter spacing, we can give particular space, one letter to another letter we can give. Suppose we are giving letter spacing. Just observe, suppose I am giving 19, it will be consider 19, some space it provides, positive numbers. When we are giving a positive number, it gives a positive space. If in case I am giving a negative number, what happens? It will be override. Just observe, suppose I am giving 2 is my space. That situation A, B, C. This way it will be represent. Suppose I am giving minus 10. Then automatically A, B, C override. So we can check these all properties and values with the help of example program. And these all font properties and values are most useful in real time. Definitely we use these all properties, right? Just I want to take one program, like so right now I want to take new file. So here I am taking this one is font.html. Just observe, I am using here shift 1 automatically. When shift 1 enter, it will be gives the default structure. This is a default structure. Just you observe, and we going with a go live, so it will be available. Just you observe within the body, hey Srikanth. Just observe, the font is available here, right? Yes. Just observe here, I don't want to use this any meta tags, and now here I am using style tag with the help of style tag. This we are using, we are working like an internal style sheet. Just observe, this is fs style tag. This is a style tag, and I am using one paragraph. This is a paragraph, and lorem is the random text. There's nothing, it doesn't having any meaning, right? Just observe here, I'm using our font. Just you observe, right, our selector name is selector, p tag is our selector name, right? So now we are focusing only font. First property is our first property, font family and font style. Just you observe that only, font family. Just observe here, font family. There are Courier New is a default. This is a Courier New and Courier. These all are default font, right? So here I want to use like a Times New Roman and Times Serif, right? This is a font style. Then just there is our browser. This is our browser. This is a font style. Just observe here, and again I want to change this S relevant, right? And Gilson, I don't know. Then automatically the font will be changed. Yes or no? The font will be changed. Suppose I want to use different one, Sri SRI, right? Vardhan and Gil Cambir, right? This is a one different font. The based on the font name, automatically it will be considered, right? So just I want to change with Bookman old, right? I don't know, this is a different styles, right? Bookman system UID. This is a, so with the help of this font family, we can change the font face. Suppose when we are not using this one, just observe, this is a default font. This is a default font. When we are using font family, the font face would be different, right or not? This font face completely different, right? Next one, font style. We are using font style. Just observe font style. What are the values are there, right? Italic. Generally the normal default value is normal. Now we are using italics. Then that is italics. And when we are changing to italic to oblique, right? Oblique, nothing. it is a similar. Just you observe, I am using one more paragraph here, not one more paragraph. I am using here like H6 tag. Then observe lorem just H6. This is H6, and now I am using H6 font style, and I am using oblique is there, italic I am using. Then the font style is different. Both are similar maximum, right? And I am using, next one is a font weight. Just observe. Next one is font weight, right? Font weight. So here the sizes 100, 200. Like a bold means it will be going to bold face. Actually, this one is bolder, right? The same one, I will change this default. H6 are already heading tags are bold face, but I want to change that size, default one, right? Font weight. So I want to use here thin. Suppose I want to use like 100. Very nice. This is a completely different, right? Actually default it having bold face, but when we are using 100, the size will be different, right? 500, it is a bold face. Just observe 500, and otherwise somewhat different, right? And so with the help of font weight, we can change the default font style, right? Font weight, like it is a bold or italic or whatever it may be, we would like to change the default one, right? With the help of this font style. The next one, what is the next one? Font variant. We can change to small caps. Just observe, actually this is everything is in mixed case, right? When I am using font variant, this is a font variant. Just observe font variant, small caps. Then you observe completely case would be changed. Like it is a capital letters but small caps. The size would be different, right? The next one, font size. Just observe font size. The larger, then what happens? It is a very size, right? Larger, right? Either suppose I am giving 30 pixels, then the font size would be different. Either we need to use we are giving a units with help of viewport width. This is one of the important one in real time. The MNCs companies, they are using viewport width only. Why? Because based on device, end user may use different type of devices, different type of browsers, and he may scroll, and that situation, the viewport width is most important. Based on the device, the font size will be automatically adjust. Suppose when we are using like a pixels and this type of units, they are fixed size. When the user is changing the device, even also the content is in same size. But when we are using this viewport width, automatically the content would be fixed size. Based on width and height, content will be adjusted. Just to observe, I am changing the viewport width is 5. So just this is a size, and when I am changing to this inspect, the content is changed, right? Just observe, I am changing pixels and whatever it may be. When we are changing to width, automatically the size would be adjusted. The tremendous changes will be applicable, right? Based on the width and height, the content appearance is different. But H1 doesn't change. You observe, H1 doesn't change. Always it is a default size, right? When we are using different one, when we are using suppose 12 Pro, we are using the size, the change, right or not? And any device you are using, right? So you observe, right? Max. So automatically viewport width may adjust the font size based on width and height. In the real time, they are using this one only. In a real time, obviously they would be use this viewport width only. They would be used. Number of ways we can represent our font size in number of ways, like a pixels and EM. So suppose 2.5 em. Just you observe 2.5 em. Then the size is 2.5 em, in the sense 1 em equaled 1 m equal, not we are pronouncing m only, right? 1 m equals 16 pixels, right? 40 pixel size, and this much is both are equal, 40 pixel. Just observe, both are equal, similar. And suppose we are using 10 em, very big, 10 em, very big size, 10 em. The same situation, 10 em equaled 160 pixels, both are equal, nothing, it doesn't change any value, right? Suppose you change 120, 120, right? 120 size, these are different. So with the help of font we can represent, and generally the font default browser size is 16 pixels. Default browser size is 16 pixels, right? This is font, and here I want to use a font size. Font size I am using here medium. Then this is a medium size, the font medium size. In the text format only we can use. The next one, with the help of color property we can change color of the text. Defaultly this is a color, and suppose I want to use the font color would be different. Here I want to use same font color, and here I want to use like blue. Color would be changed. With the help of these font properties we can change the default browser font face, size, color, style, and representing our own font, right? Suppose here we are placing number of font names, right? But based on the browser it would be represent. Suppose which one first, it consider first one, it is available or not. If in case it is available, it choose this one. If in case not available, then it will be going to Apple system, then it will be going to this one. The based on device, the based on browser, the font face would be different, right? The next one, so Srikanth, my question, if I want to place a font in a single line, is possible, like a single line, I don't want to mention these all properties names every name, it is a possible. With the one property we can use all these names, right? Yes, it is a possible. With the help of font property, font only, we can choose our own way, right? Thank you so much, have a nice day, bye bye.